been working on something? Well, I've been working on something too because welcome back to Backyard Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to come back.
I know. Guess who's back?
Back again.
Levi's back. Tell a friend.
Guess who's back? 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 Nah. What were you gonna say before that? You don't know?
Oh, this is the podcast where we just bullshit about everything.
Bullshit about everything.
And I ain't talking about bullshit. I'm talking about bullshit.
So no cow pie tonight?
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, my lovely wife didn't cook us any.
Alrighty. Well, we're your host, the Kilowitz Bros, and yeah, we going bullshit.
Yeah. So
you got a new segment?
So we are kind of been doing this by trial and error, and so lately I have come up with something that I don't know if I want to call it a weekly recap or a weekly quick hits or how I want to word it. But this segment is where we talk about either something that we found interesting in the news this last week or something you thought was cool or something that's happening in your life. So yeah, that was kind of where I was gonna go with this trend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is anything interesting happening in your life right now, Levi?
Not really, but I did find something cool.
Oh yeah?
Besides
what?
Besides the fact that Travis Kelce was found in Argentina, or was it Argentina with Taylor Swift?
I don't know.
I think it's Argentina.
I don't know, bro.
You. But I might not be able to find it now.
That's why you save things, bro. That's why you save things.
I've been busy, man.
You've been sitting in an office all day.
No, I have not. I've been filling tanks all day. I've actually been working a lot within Hydras, so yeah.
Well, I've been building concrete forms so we can pour tomorrow. Yeah. While I sit on the ground getting stabbed by pointy rocks. It's fun. Did I say sit on the ground? I mean lay on the ground.
So.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. So this is a little bit of old news because it happened back in October.
Yeah.
But Kat Von D.
Yeah.
She has actually converted to Christianity and got baptized. She she had a show. I can't think of her TV show now.
I have no clue. Don't ask me.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you know Travis and Jason Kelce are making a Christmas album?
Yeah.
Are you pumped for it?
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be hilarious. Honestly.
I like how Travis is so monotone. Man, you are
I know.
Really spacey. So
LA Inc.
LA Inc.
Yeah, she was the host of LA Inc. And back in October 6th, she got baptized, and she has been She has been starting to color in her tattoos. She is starting to color them all black because it's gonna cost too much to do a tattoo removal. So she has decided that she would just tattoo her whole arm black and cover them up. And later on down the road, she may or may not use a different color and tattoo something more appropriate and Christian like. And so yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting when I read the story about it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Wow.
Because she used to practice witchcraft before then.
Oh, witchcraft. What an interesting topic.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about witchcraft,
I
so
don't know either. I don't know nothing about witchcraft. Except for they consider themselves Wiccas, I believe. That's about all I know.
don't ask me. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Huskers lost to Maryland
Yeah, that was very, very disappointing.
to what, 33-31? No, wait, that's the Ravens game. I don't know how much
I think it was like
Chiefs-
13-10, wasn't it?
Oh, it was 13-10, wasn't it?
3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, 13-10.
Chuba Purdy had it in the bag, but he decided to throw an interception on the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
So
Chiefs automatically won
I know
because they had a bye week.
that a bye week. They actually won with a bye week. Because Baltimore lost, Cincinnati lost,
Yeah.
Jaguars lost. There's another team that lost, and so it helped them bump up to about the number 1 seed.
And Bills lost. I don't know.
Bills can't get past the 13 seconds. Ever since Mahomes beat them with 13 seconds, they have not been the same team.
It's just they lost to the Broncos. Out of all the teams, they lost to the Broncos. So yeah, there's that.
So, speaking of sports and rumor mills, Bill Belichick is getting fired,
Oh, is he?
supposedly. And Mike Vrabel,
Yeah.
the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, he was a linebacker for the Patriots. He is predicted to be the next head coach of the New England franchise. Is supposedly what they have on the rumors going around.
Cool. Lakers won last night, so I'm a happy camper. I don't really watch in-season basketball, only championships, but I'm a Lakers fan, so go Lakers. Yeah.
LeBron James.
No, it was Kobe. Kobe era. Cobra.
Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq. The dominance team. Other than that, I don't know. Do you know anything new this week?
No,
I
not
sure
really.
don't. I
No,
sure don't.
That was kind of. Oh, and Tony White, the defensive coordinator for the Huskers, got awarded is a nominee for the Broyles Award, which is the best assistant coach in college. Also, speaking of that, we might be losing him next year. He might be going to become a head coach somewhere, but hopefully that doesn't happen because I love the direction of our defense right now and I love the direction it's going. We're ranked we're a top 20 nationally defense right now, which is phenomenal for anything. We're like the I mean, it's all over. I can't think of the numbers off the top of my head, but I read them earlier this week.
Mm.
But yeah, it'd be a sad day in Lincoln if that happened. But
They'll just hire you. They'll just
No.
hire you.
no,
Yeah. You'll apply for the job and they'll just hire you. No.
I don't think I could.
You don't.
I don't think I could do college. High school, junior high, probably.
I cracked my case again.
You crack your case again.
Yeah, I cracked my case.
Skittles, taste the rainbow.
That's his wife. She gets embarrassed. Alright. Anyway, you have anything at all? Oh, you wanna cover your It was Veterans Day last weekend, which kind of skipped over. So I'm gonna let Levi take this because he is, as we know it, in the military of sorts. So Levi, tell us your thoughts on this.
So, first of all, I don't really celebrate Veterans Day or any military holiday for that matter. The reason that is because I personally don't believe that we should only celebrate them on 3 different days. I mean, because technically there's only 3 holidays. There's Armed Forces Day, there's Memorial Day, and there's Veterans Day. I don't believe that they should be honored just 3 days. I believe they should be honored 365 days out of the year. Because what they do, what they sacrifice, not only family wise, but also what they sacrifice for this country to give us the freedoms that we have. The other thing too is I kind of get pissed off every year come military holidays because everybody wants to do something, or they always want to invite me to something because they want to be like patriotic, or they want like the big grand speech. Like Biden had this whole big speech of how much he appreciated veterans and how much they meant to this country, but at the same time, there are a lot of homeless vets out there. 67,495 was the 2023 record as of to date. So they're homeless. To me, that's not right. There are 1 million vets that are currently going through poverty right now. So this is 2022 stats. The ones I'm gonna do, the next 2 stats I'm gonna give you because I could not find the 2023 stats on them. But in 2022, 2.8% of veterans were jobless, and there was a total of 16.2 million vets that was recorded for serving as of 2022. So I'm pretty sure that number has gone up in the last year, but I could not find that. The thing that makes me really irritated about all this is we have all these homeless vets, we have all these jobless vets. I could go on a huge rant, but I gotta be professional here. But what really irritates me the most is we have immigrants coming through, and there are, last reported was August 2023. This was until August, so it probably changed. But as of August of 2023, there is 164,911 illegal immigrants in our country right now. And the fact that I have read stories about them kicking veterans out of their homes, veterans out of hotels, apartments, you name it, to house these illegal immigrants. That's not right. Like that's really what pisses me off is our veterans should come first. So um so yeah, I actually get really irritated. I get really pissed off come these time of year because I believe our fucking vets should do something. Now one thing I would say is I believe that our vets would be really good security guards at schools.
Mm-hmm.
Because right here, right now, you can look almost anywhere, and the fact that school shootings are going up, I believe a lot of those vets would be very good at handling those situations because, um, not only would they do what's right, but I guarantee you they'd also be a good influence for the kids. They'd be a good mentor for the kids. They'd actually care for the kids. A lot of the veterans, they have seen war zones and they regret a lot of things in war zones. Like I know veterans who during convoys ran over innocent kids and innocent families because that was the mission at hand. So do you think they're going to let your kids suffer the same thing they regret? No. Not one bit. They're going to protect your kids with their life. Um the other thing too is instead of being patriotic on 3 days out of the year, why don't you go out and offer that home, like if there's an actual homeless vet that you know of in your community, go and offer him either a meal, something as simple as a meal, go talk to a church, get him set up in a hotel room for a couple nights because churches will pay up will pay for I think it's up to like 3 nights stay in a hotel room. Most churches will at least. Um, so with that being said, is I would go talk to a pastor and see if you could get him at least then he's got 3 nights stay and he's got a shower, he's got a bed for those couple nights. At least that's something. Or invite him into your house. I mean, I guarantee he'd be happy to sleep on a couch than sit out in the street. I mean, and he could actually, he or she, sorry, I keep saying he, but he or she could actually change your life or have an impact on you or your kids or, I mean, any of that. So, so yeah, that's the other thing is like it just amazes me of how many people the minute those days come around, how they want to all of a sudden be like, oh hey, oh hey, we need to take care of these guys. Oh hey, we need to support our military. Oh hey, but then any other day they don't want to. So I mean, now don't get me wrong, there are people out there who do, and I respect you guys, and there are people out there who are trying to make a change, and I appreciate that, but it's the fact that we like just to see the number of immigrants compared to like the number of immigrants being higher than and seeing, or how do I want to word that? The fact that we have more illegal immigrants in our country and they're getting treated better than our own vets is kind of crazy. Or when you think about it, they're being housed compared to our veterans who are being kicked out on the streets. Now, on an immigration topic, since we're there, my idea of citizenship, I have three options for them. One, we need to build a wall or some sort of barrier and allow entrance gates. At those entry points, you give them three options. So most of you don't know this, but when I went through basic training, we had a few. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head right now, but we had a few soldiers that were going through and they had to serve X amount of years active duty wise to earn citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you need to be doing is when you need to build some sort of barrier down there with entry points. And what you do is one, you either offer them that option of saying, "Hey, join our armed forces for X amount of years and you automatically get citizenship." B, you give them the right to take the citizenship test, and so I would give them at least two tries.
You go three. Come on.
3 strikes and you're out.
3 strikes and you're out. Common rule.
Okay, so what you
Very
do?
religious number 2.
So what you do is you get their fingerprints, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put them into a system, and then you have like a section to where if they fail, there's like you have somebody there who's willing, kind of like a schoolhouse, to where they have like so many days, and this like say a week or something, and this teacher has a week to teach them all their stuff, right? And then they take the test. Well, 3 times if they failed, they go back across the border. Your third option, right? Your third option is you give them the option, if they don't want to accept those two, tell them to go back to where they came from. And this is going to sound really, really mean, but you put them in the system, right? So then you know, like have fingerprints, facials, all that stuff. So then you know who they are. So they can't trick you. And then you put them back into the system, and put them into the system, tell them to go back where they came from, and if you see them again, you shoot them dead on the spot. Now, I know that sounds cruel. I get that. But at the same time, you just gave them 2 options to earn citizenship, and they didn't take it.
You can give them a warning shot.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm just saying, it's like...
or a leg shot, so they can't run anywhere.
But at the same time, I think that would actually help with our immigration problem. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of illegal friends or coworkers, ex-coworkers that I've worked with that are really, really good people. But at the same time, I believe we need to do more for our military members who aren't getting paid enough to be in the military.
And honestly, I don't know why anyone wants to move to America, because if you look at it, it's kind of like Rome. You know Rome from the history books? We're collapsing like Rome did. Because they had an open border policy. And they kept building just random, well, stadiums, coliseums, all that stuff. So the people got distracted.
Yeah.
And that's how the fall of Rome happened. Oh, and Christianity was, the entertainment.
So, speaking of Rome, since you got on that topic,
Sparta.
We are Sparta. Huh. All right.
Anyway.
Besides that point, did you know that Okay, so like athletes and actors and actresses and stuff like that are idolized in this country more than what mechanics and carpenters and blacksmiths and like your blue collar guys that actually make this country run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, one last thing about this whole veteran thing. So we're at our cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a veteran at her wedding, and he actually told me that he spent 20 plus years as an electrician in the Navy, and when he got out with all of his certificates, everything, right? And no place would hire him because he did not have the right credentials. So,
which I find stupid because I think as a company you should be willing to teach.
Yeah.
Teach someone something if they don't know it,
And at the same time as this guy spent, I would like this just grinds my gears and it pisses me off when I see shit like this or hear shit like this because it's not right. Like the deal is like if you're a kid who just came out fresh out of college and you go to work at a company at an entry level, fine. That's fine. But when you have all of your certificates, you have all the credentials, yes, you may have not worked on the civilian side. You may have only worked on military equipment, but you still know your shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and so you can still get put into an entry level.
Yeah. Or I wouldn't even give them an entry level. Like, you don't want to. I would give them like a mid grade level because it's saying, hey, we're like, you don't have experience on the civilian side, but yet you have worked on all of this stuff before. You have all the all the criteria, so we're not gonna treat you like you're nothing.
Well, I mean, even if you give them the entry level, you're gonna give him jobs to see where he is at, and then you can quickly give him a raise.
Yeah, that works too. Did you also know that 22 military members kill themselves a day?
Huh.
So my question is why are we? So if you have 22 members of the armed forces killing themselves a day, my question is why? I mean,
the question is never why. That's just a poor question. You'll never find an answer if you ask why.
Fine, what do you ask then?
You ask what, how, when, where. You don't never ask why.
But see, but at the same time is
what is their purpose for killing themselves every day. I mean, well,
See, exactly. Speaking of that, that is kind of why you give them. That's why I mentioned the whole school shooting, because you got to give these guys a purpose. The government isn't doing anything for them.
nope.
The government would rather care about
See you dead on the streets.
pretty much.
Deceased.
That's the sad part is like these guys fight to defend our country. These men and women literally sign a contract to defend our country, and then our government turns their back and treats them like shit. And it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I could give two shits about a fucking holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would rather see them do something to actually fix this problem.
Mm-hmm. Fix it. Why don't you be the change?
I'm working on it, buddy.
You're working on it. All right.
But I can only do so much. Speaking of working on it,
Yeah.
I got my first mechanic job for my nonprofit today.
I heard that. You texted me that.
Yeah.
So what you gonna work on?
An 04 Ford Explorer.
Oh, Ford. You love just working on Fords. He hates it. He hates it.
I don't mind Fords. I hate Dodges more than I hate Fords. Fords are best way I can describe a Ford.
Cause you gotta move something extra that you don't want to move in order to get to a part that you gotta fix.
So you know how you. So her problem is it started blowing white smoke out of the vents and started overheating, and her floorboards are wet. Which I guarantee it's a heater core. You know how you gotta get the dash out to get to. So you gotta take the dash out to get to heater cores, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanna know how dumb Ford is?
You gotta take all the side panels off just to get to it.
No, that's common with anything. No, you gotta take the cowl off. You gotta take the wipers off. And you gotta take one bolt out by the wiper motor.
You gotta take the wipers out.
You gotta take the wipers off, the cowl for the wipers, just to get to one bolt right above.
Mm.
You wanna tell me how dumb Ford is? Why in the fuck would you put?
Why don't you just put screws on the inside?
That's what I'm sitting here going like,
Like everyone else.
why do you gotta go through all this extra work on the outside just to get something that's
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
let me put it this way. Ford, I give Ford engineers a lot of credit.
Mm.
I really do.
Mm.
Because they're really smart when it comes to paper. And they build everything bulletproof on paper.
Mm.
How do you screw it up building it?
Use cheap materials. Executives come in and say, no, 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 no. You gotta do it this way.
Just saying.
The investors say, no,
Follow-
no, no. You gotta do it this way. Otherwise, you ain't gonna get my money.
Follow the bulletproof design. And it will be bulletproof. Duh.
Are you sure about that?
What?
I said, are you sure about that?
Yes.
Ah.
Because I guarantee you, if they actually followed everything they designed on paper to the T of how they had it on paper, they probably wouldn't build. They probably wouldn't have as many problems as they have.
Yeah, they'd probably be the top ranking car dealer out there. Instead of them having a debate over Ford, Chevy, and Dodge, which one's better, it would be an end.
Yeah.
An end. an end.
So yeah, that was where my whole thing went. Was I tried to be as professional as I could, and it
Not
just,
cuss out their government that much.
that well, one, I gotta really watch what I say about government being in the military.
Yeah. It might bite you in the
Sec-
ass.
Secondly, we are a podcast, and we're not like 5-year-old kids who go around cussing up a storm, throwing a fit. So we're kind of professionals here. So I have to be a professional.
A professional bullshitter. That's what you gotta be.
But yeah, but numbers don't lie, man. Numbers don't lie. The problem is we want to do everything. Like I said earlier, is we want to be all patriotic and give glorified speeches and do all this stuff to show our praise.
It's just for
But
the views and the money.
we do all that 3 days out of the whole entire year.
For the views and for the money.
You know what's really messed up? I didn't even touch on this topic, but you know what's really messed up?
What?
Why is it the LGBTQ community gets a whole month for Gay Pride Month and veterans get 3 fucking days?
Because, well, honestly, if everyone's all about equality, we should have equality, and everybody should get equal set amount of days to celebrate. So veterans should have a whole month if LGBTQIA plus has a whole month.
We got a lot more layers on top of there that I don't know what they even mean. Nor do I care.
I know. I don't even know what I is, and I don't even know what A is. I mean, if I would say P, that'd be pansexual.
Whatever.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alrighty, Levi.
So yeah,
That's your spiel.
That's my spiel.
So you want to talk about what I have written right here.
What do you got, buddy?
Oh man.
What do you got?
Well, I wrote this 2 weeks ago, so we'll see how it actually pans out if I can remember, because I just wrote notes.
Hey, at least you have true notes. I'm like a sticky note that I was going off of.
So Levi, what is love to you? What is love?
Love is patient and kind and
Okay, go biblical. Okay,
moral fiber explains love.
Alright, according to Oxford Languages, which is Google sponsored, an intense feeling of deep affection.
Hey, I'll give you the See, I'm gonna give you the best quote ever.
Alright, come on, continue.
So,
Come on.
Now, I think moral fiber is about finding that one thing you really care about, that one special thing that means more to you than anything else in the world. And when you find her, you fight for her. You risk it all. You put her in front of everything, your life, all of it. There you go.
That's
Moral
from
fiber is love.
The girl next door is that
Yeah.
that you quoted.
Yup, I did.
Mm.
Hey, have you ever seen the movie The Girl Next Door?
Dude, it's been like 10 years, maybe 12. Yeah, it's been way longer than than 12 years. I was like 10, 9 maybe.
If you have not seen the movie, it's actually a really good movie. It's not as sexual as what you think it is.
Yeah, it looks very sexual, so I watched it. I was very disappointed because I was a young kid and really wanted to see something
It really
naughty.
it's a little bit of a game changer, but when he's drugged out on ecstasy and he gives a moral fiber speech and he comes up with that, gotta give him props.
Mm.
Gotta really do.
So, do you know why the divorce rate is up?
Social media, bro.
I mean, yeah, you could go there. You could go there.
People aren't willing to work out their problems like they used to in the day. Like,
Yes. You're getting closer. You're
I'm
getting closer.
What am I missing here?
All right. Well, first I'm gonna give some stats. About 40 to 50% of first marriages get a divorce. That is the divorce rate. And then on the second marriages, a divorce rate of 60 to 67%.
So it goes up about 10%.
Yeah, you'd think it would go down because they know what they're
Yeah.
looking for, but no, it goes up. But anyway, that's my stats. To get back to answering the question, as a society, we have become more self-centered and with all these options out there, indecisive. Um, Also, because of us being self-centered, we end up justifying
Oh,
a whole bunch of stuff.
now we're self-centered assholes here.
Mm-hmm. Because of self-centered, we are ending up justifying our problems and pointing fingers at other people, even though if you look deep down, it's probably you.
Hey, if you point a finger, you still got 3 pointing right back at you, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why
Knife
you
hand.
gotta.
Knife hand.
I had to do that in New York, and I was like, just kind of felt like, oh, yeah. Every
Just
tomahawk.
sitting there tomahawk chopping.
Yeah. Um. And the thing is, sacrifices. No one wants to sacrifice something. When it's true love, you gotta sacrifice something of yourself. You know, something. Gotta sacrifice something. I had an example, but I never wrote down my example, so I don't have a good example on head.
So, an example of this would be like, let's say
I think I got one.
I was just
I
gonna say,
think I got one.
You got one? I was just gonna come up with one too.
I think the one I was thinking of was with our parents, mom and dad. See, mom wanted to own a restaurant, right? To give back to the community and all that stuff, right? Well, dad had to sacrifice his dreams and his money so that so that way we could have food on the table every night. So he sacrificed his dream for us and mom.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I was gonna say another thing is like when, like, say you have a bunch of friends and you go out and hang out, all that stuff, and then sometimes you gotta make the sacrifice of not hanging out with those friends because one, birds of a feather flock together. So I was actually watching, I think it was like a TikTok or something earlier about this, but they were talking about single women. And if you're married and you go hang out with your single friends, you're more than likely going to have a bunch of problems in your marriage. I mean, that the TikTok was towards females, but that's the same thing male wise. I mean,
because they're going to be talking about other people, and
they're going to be talking about like doing all this single life stuff.
It goes to saying, you become who you hang with.
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing is like, and you might not be able to do everything that you want to do or used to be able to do when you're single, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's always a reward. I mean, no matter which way you look at it, there's pros and cons to everything.
Exactly.
But I mean,
everybody's like, "Oh, are you glad to be back?" And it's like, there's pros and cons wherever you live.
Yeah. So
like,
there's
best response.
But yeah, honestly, I'd preferred being married over being single. Like, don't get me wrong, there's probably a little bit more freedoms being single, but at the same time is
there's benefits to being married.
Yeah, there's also benefits there because then I'm not out doing dumb
stupid
shit
stuff
all the time
and
like
spending money.
Yeah, I did a lot of dumb shit when I was single.
Dummies. And another point, each partner should support each other.
So it's 100%, 100%. It ain't none of that 50-50 shit.
Nah. Well, I always say that 50-50 because 50-50 equals 100%. You gotta make it equality, right? So
So that actually brings up my other point. So this was way back.
Way back.
I don't remember where I seen it. I don't know if it was Facebook, if it was TikTok, if it was YouTube. I don't remember where. But it was there was some talk show. It might have been a podcast too. I don't know. But the husband and the wife, they come home and they tell each other where they're at. So basically, it's like the wife would come home and say, "Honey, I'm at 20%." So the husband would come home and say, "Hey, I'm at like 40%." So they'd figure out how to.
So they're at 60 all combined, right?
So they'd have to figure out how to push through to get the other to make it 100.
To make that 40%.
Yeah. Or else the husband would come home and say, "Oh, I'm at like 20%," and the wife would go, "Oh, don't worry, I got the extra 80." Like, I mean, she felt it's all on how
communication.
Exactly. And communication can be really, really hard to do.
If you don't have the hard talks, then you don't have true love. That's just a fact.
And let me tell you, hard talks are never fun to have.
Nope. Never. Never fun. But I'm still single, so. But yeah. So.
Word of advice: don't ever go to bed mad with each other.
Yeah, that's a great advice. Great advice. Because you'll wake up pissed off at each other. And then it's a domino effect. once that first bridge is down, it ain't gonna take long for the other bridges. So as you know, I'm a big NF fan, right? Right. So
Gotta love NF.
yeah, in his song, "If You Want Love," he says, "If you want love, you're gonna have to go through the pain. You're gonna have to go through the pain, which means the hard talks, the yelling, the screaming, the bullshit you gotta deal with. Gotta go through that, and heartbreaks and whatnot. You know, if you want love, you're gonna have to learn how to change. That's making sacrifices. Okay, we got that. If you want trust, now this is an important one because this plays into everything up there. If you don't have trust, if you don't
You
have
ain't got
trust,
shit, homie.
you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing, homie.
So if you want trust, you're gonna have to give some away. Okay? You're gonna have to give some away because you know, as a society, it's hard to trust people, especially with all the BS that be going on. It's hard to trust people, but you know, if you want trust, you gotta give some away. Gosh, dang.
Respect my authority. Sorry, you were you were talking.
You caught me so off guard.
I was even where I was going, but you were talking about like threats and everything. It made me think of Kenny from South Park.
So off guard. I was like, what the? So Levi, let me ask you this. What are your qualities you look for? I mean, you're married, but what's your qualities you look for?
Qualities?
Yeah, what are your qualities? Qualities. Oh, you gotta think real hard about this.
No, I don't have a think hard. I'm just trying to
Figure out how to word it.
Yeah. Like a lot of it is like it's all on personality, really. It's all on how you like treat me and
treat others
and like you also kind of like gotta compliment me too in a sense because like
selfish, huh?
Not that type of compliment.
It's like a proper thank you for doing dishes.
No.
Like
what I'm saying is like
wow,
I'm
you
not
so big.
Oh yeah.
You're so big. No, okay. I'm
they're
sorry.
a magnifying glass.
That's why I just get mine pierced so I can just take a magnet. Magnifying glass. All right. Anyway,
so what I mean is like, so I'm so lost.
She's sharing stuff.
No. I can preset special backgrounds for each caller.
Oh.
Isaiah, call me real quick. I think he'll like this one.
Let's see. Contacts way down to S.
God, you guys got enough contacts? So now I can know who's calling just by the photo that I set rather than looking at a name. Okay, bye.
Alright, anyway, back to your point.
To what I was getting at is like compliment. So like like their weaknesses are your strengths, or vice versa. So like let's put it this way as for example, I'm not very much of a house person. I would rather spend my days working outside or in a garage or so on and so forth. And I just rather throw my clothes into a basket and so on and so forth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the compliment there is someone like Kylo who keeps your house clean and does your laundry. I mean, there's other things than that, but she kind of like compliments me in a way because I'm always fixing something around the house while she's the one who's maintaining the house.
Mm-hmm.
So like that. Um, um, and then kind of gotta have you gotta kind of have the same vision, um, kind of like same a little bit of the same morals. Um, like to me, religious is a big thing too, like Christianity and stuff like that, and like whether or not the other person is very big into Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
like as long as they respect you and your values,
Mm-hmm.
then
I mean, and if they're willing to learn, then they're willing to learn.
so
You know, you can help teach them, help find them, help guide them.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that all your qualities?
Yeah. So there's a book out there called the Love Languages.
There is a book out there called The Love Languages. You're absolutely correct.
And I would highly recommend
Reading
you one reading it, but two taking the quiz to figure out what your love languages are. There's another book out there. Dang it, I can't think of the name of it, but it talks about talks about personalities.
Huh?
There's a book out there that talks about personalities. Like if you're a melancholy or if you're a like a sanguine or if you're a choleric.
I have no clue. You got to a point that is way.
Oh, I know. It's way off, but at the same time, you're talking about characteristics in people. So I would also advise you to.
Psychology. You gotta learn all of it. That's your homework tonight.
Dang it,
Psychology.
I can't think of the book, and I wish I could because that's another good book to read. Because then, one, you learn more about yourself.
Isn't there a 5 Pillars book too? Pillars of Love. Or 5 Pillars of Relationships. Love, trust, communication, intimacy, and integrity. The 5 pillars.
Personality plus.
Personality plus. Wow.
So
we're talking about books. We're talking about books.
So you're talking about characters, and
Yeah.
so with characteristics is one. I would highly recommend you do. Was it the 5 love languages? Is what it's called, and then
The 5 pillars.
no, I think it's called the 5 love. The book I'm talking about.
Oh. All I
Yeah.
have is
The 5 love languages. How to express heartfelt commitment.
5 pillars of relationship, 5 pillars of love, whatever it's called. 5 pillars of
And then
something.
personality plus. I would highly recommend reading those books because one, not only would you figure out more about yourself, but if you are having relationship problems, whether that is husband, wife, brother, sister, mom, dad, friends, whatever, you can kind of you figure out their personality type, and then you can figure out what you need to sacrifice or improve on your end to make that relationship work. Since you were talking about.
So I have some qualities written down. A new one. Well, I mean, you kind of covered it in a sense. It kind of changed. I don't remember exactly what you said, but future plans.
Yep.
Having a dream, I guess, and sitting down and actually trying to figure out how to accompany both both dreams of each person and how to support it and how taking each strength and making it into a beautiful piece of art and yeah. So and then that's number 4 that I had written down. I'm doing it in my order. So number 1 is religion. That's my number 1, religion. Gotta have it. Gotta have it or gotta want to learn it. Okay?
If you are how does that saying go? The farther apart you are from your spouse, or no, the farther apart you are from God, the farther apart you are from your spouse. The closer you are to God, the closer you are to your spouse.
Amen.
Gosh, you're surprising me with all my knowledge here, buddy. I didn't even know half of this stuff was in my head.
I'm getting it out, making you think. I'm gonna get it. You know? I didn't realize how much I had of knowledge too until I started writing.
First, I have this whole like monotone thing of this argument about vets trying to keep a level-headed cool, and now you got me pulling facts out of my head that I.
Yeah, I was sitting here like, man, this ain't gonna tie into to the vets and stuff. Gosh, dang. Now I got it all. You know, it's heck. It's here. It's all here. Next is
Hey, love is a commitment, man.
love is a commitment.
When you sign a document to the U.S. Forces, you are committed to the U.S. government.
You are secretly married to the U.S. government for 6 years. Right? Yeah, that's
four active, 6 National Guard or reserves.
There you
go. Boom. Yep. So.
Yeah, it ties in. Somehow.
Love is not a feeling; it's a commitment.
It is a commitment. Number two.
What's number 2?
Knowledge. It's just knowledge. But you're thinking, oh, you want some wisecrack, motherfucker? Nah, bro. Nah. Like it's knowledge as in willing to learn and continuing to grow. That type of knowledge. Yeah. And then number 3, you already covered it, but personality. You know, someone that is, I guess, down to earth, loves everyone, is nice to everyone. I mean, I don't care if you hate someone, but at least treat them with respect while you're with them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what's going to happen in life. So treat everyone with respect. Personality goes a long way.
So, you know about the beauty on the outside. It's all about the beauty on the inside. Beauty on the outside fades.
Yeah.
Gosh, I hate you.
Because I'm bringing all this stuff out of you.
All this stuff.
It's like a disease.
I spent like literally the last 2 days trying to ponder how I was gonna do this whole thing, and I guarantee you, I like bombed my section of this. I'm not even lying. I'm pretty sure I bombed my whole section.
And now I'm getting you up on love, bro. It's because of the connection of love between us as brothers, man. That's how we are doing it. That's how it's growing, bro. That's how it is. Because of the love for one another.
Don't touch my boobies.
Hey, these boobies worth something, you know? $5. $5.
$5 for long? Me love you long time, $5.
Nah.
You talking about love? Me love you long time, $5.
Jeez. But yeah, that's everything I have on love. Other than I had another example, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna remember that once I say it. Yeah. Nope. Didn't remember much of it. So, any notes you have?
Any final thoughts?
Dang.
No.
On love? You got any final thoughts? Any more quotes out of your head? Any more movie scenes you want to quote?
No, except for I did start off saying it. We're just gonna get it off.
I was the can opener to that can of worms.
We're just gonna quote it because I started to religiously and didn't know the actual the
Love
full
is
statement.
patient
So
and kind.
So 1 Corinthians 13:4-8 says, "Love is patient
And
and
kind.
kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoings, but rejoices with the truth." Since I started to say it, and
That's good.
there you go.
That's good.
That's how we're gonna wrap up that segment.
That's how we're gonna wrap up that segment. I don't want you to see what's on that page. That's top secret.
Top secret.
Top secret.
I got top secret clearance, buddy.
Oh yeah. Not in this notebook, you
It
don't.
might not be good anymore, but it's I had a top secret clearance.
Alright, anyway, closing thoughts? Any closing thoughts?
No.
No? Do I got any closing thoughts? Peace, love, happiness, and unity.
Treat your veterans with respect.
And love, bro.
Love.
Love one another like you love yourself, broski. I love you. That's your goal today.
I love you, man.
I mean, this week. You gotta tell someone you love them, broski.
Yeah. That's a good challenge.
That is a good challenge. The love challenge. I love you, broski.
The love challenge.
What is that, a gang sign?
No, it's a heart, you idiot.
I don't know. You're kind of like this, so I was like, is it a gang sign?
I was trying to do it so the audience could actually see it, and I was epically failing.
It's like this, broski. It's like this. It's real simple. You just do this. See, look at that. Look at that. You see that?
There you go.
You see that? You're doing this, broski.
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, you can.
I'm not hand-eye coordinated. Damn it, leave me alone.
All right. This has been your weekly dose of the Kelowitz Bros backyard bullshit. I thought you were gonna say it, so I paused. Obviously, and I didn't know you were gonna go that slow. So bullshit. So follow us on Facebook and Insta at Backyard BS Podcast. That's it. That's all you gotta do is Backyard BS Podcast. And
we've already done an outro.
Yeah, we did do an outro. What, you got another outro or what?
No. I was gonna say, do we ever figure out what our identity was?
What?
We are strictly here for your entertainment.
We are strictly here for your entertainment. This is just BS. And we're gonna try to be better at planning stuff.
I've been working on segments, trying to make things a little bit more professional.
He's been actually doing good stuff, and I've been trying
even though I completely bombed my section.
It's fine. It happens. I've I mean, you saw me 2 weeks ago bomb my section.
Oh man, you should have seen me like on Veterans Day all fired up about this. I probably would have.
Well, you should have seen me on this love topic 2 weeks ago when I actually wrote it. I came home and I had to stop myself because I would have filled out 3 full pages for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have probably have sounded like I probably would have cussed every other line the way I was, and I was trying to figure out how to professionalize that a little bit, and I think I professionalized it a little too much.
Oh well, it happens. Anyway,
Oh,
peace, love, happiness, and unity, and we'll see you next week. Oh, you want to do
rock
something?
on.
Peace out, broski.
Later, dudes.